I feel like the first team fans still haven't seen my full potential and what I can do. So hopefully next season I can really show them what I'm about. So obviously I'm a Birmingham boy. I'm from Yardley Wood, which is not too far from here. And I started my career, say around when I was 7, around at a local team called Maple Lions. You know, to be fair, I was playing up since young. Like, I didn't even know much about football. I loved playing, and I was playing up a year because I didn't really know much about what was going on.
As a kid, typical kid really. Always got a football. We was on holiday, and he was about 18 months, and we went on holiday, and I've got him kicking this ball, and then all of a sudden you've got all these people looking at him, all the waitresses and even all those people, and then they was all asking his mum, "Who's that? What's his name?" And he was playing then from 18 months old. He was playing really good football. Started from young playing over there. There was little playing fields quite close to me called the Common Astro as well, where all your mates would chill out and go play football, you know. So I'd say my career started over at the Common Astro and Maypole Lions. Back then, to be fair, I was a centre back. I was quite small and I'd just dribble. I'd love to dribble. I'd get the ball from the keeper because then was 6-a-sides. I'd just try dribble through the whole team, try shoot. Didn't really know about positions. Just literally love getting the ball and dribbling. So I started as centre back. But then I kind of just slowly progressed up the pitch. Then I turned into a centre mid, then started into a 10, and now really I play off the right and cam. So but obviously I wouldn't have made it if I was a centre back because look at my height. But back then it was good.
His initial experience in the football was playing in the street, and then when he wasn't, maybe when Mum told him he's got to come in, he was doing 1v1s with his nan in the back garden, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Nan and Nan's influence on Romelle. So he's really lucky in that sense that he's got family that love and support him, but at the same time aren't necessarily going to put undue pressure onto him, and I think that's why you see that carefree boy that doesn't really let pressure get to him. I think that's the beauty of it.
One of my who's one of my best mates now, O'Shea, his dad was kind of a scout, so he obviously worked at the club, and he just kind of said do you want to go up there? I think it was just at the end of pre-academy, so it was around under 7s, under 8s kind of time. So I'd done 1 season at Maypole Lions. Obviously I was playing up at them times. But when I come to Blues, I come to match your own age. I've been there from day one. Every training session he had up Blues, I was there. Even in the winter, in the dome, freezing cold, with me a hot water bottle. But I wouldn't have missed one of them. It was great watching him play, because I knew he'd got a little something. Didn't really understand anything about it, just thought it was a new group of lads to play with football with, and then I started to really enjoy it. Started to really like it. Made a couple good friends, and then a couple seasons later I met my brother Travan, and then that's when I'd say I really started kicking on, when me and Travan started clicking.
So first met Romelle Under-10s when I'd recently rejoined the football club. So I was taking some of the older groups at the time, but been around watching the Under-10s quite a bit. He definitely stood out. So his ability to twist, turn, manipulate the ball, look after the football stood out at Under-10s. Really enjoyable to coach, There was a different challenge because, as I've said, he could do so many wonderful things with the football. It was just allowing him the opportunity to flourish with that, making sure the environment's right so he can continue to do that. I think the stuff that we had to coach or work on with him would be the out possession stuff. So we pulled a video together, loads of inspirational in possession play from some top players. He loved watching that, but then we'd drop the out possession one in and go, right, come on, these top players are now doing this out possession, so we need you to marry both sides of the game together. So I think they were the bits that we tried to help him with, but he's a really good learner and he's a really good kid, so he took to it quite well.
I'd feel like we'd play up age groups, like would do very well. I'd say around 11s and 12s, that the season you go into school, I'd say that's when I knew, yeah, something like I had a potential in this. So my coach was obviously young Danny Barham, and he just loved exciting players. Like he loved me and Trey, like when we'd do something like mad, like a crazy skill that we learned in the garden. So I'd say, yeah, when I started to express myself and started to get a bit of confidence, like playing for Birmingham, I thought that's when, yeah, like I really started to kick on.
It's a funny thing with youth development because a lot of the time the skill set that you see in the players at that age, their playing identity follows through them. So all the things that the fans would have seen, his ability to stay with the ball, twist and turn, beat players 1v1, and that real tenacity to want the ball. You saw all that there at that time. The big thing that sticks out with Romelle from a personality point of view, and again, the fans would have seen it from the times in which he's been on the pitch at St Andrews this season. For a boy of his age, and this was something that was prevalent when he was young, he's supremely confident. He backs his ability. If he'd have played in the Champions League final, I don't think it would have unnerved him at all. I think he would have been absolutely fine. I think he would have quite enjoyed the pressure that the game would have brought.
Danny, James Brain as well. Like all these coaches like help me because they give me the confidence and they let me do what I needed to do on the pitch, but with a bit of guidance. So I feel like that helped me because it allowed me to express who I am, and like allowed me to be kind of a bit cheeky on the pitch. You know what I mean? Like do my own thing. So I feel like, yeah, that's my personality. So they let my personality shine.
Around under-10s, we were playing within the under-11s group. When I was taking the 11s, I was playing within the 12s group quite a bit. He was always playing an age group above himself, generally.
I've been playing 21s now for the last 2 years or so. I think I made my debut for 21s when I was about 15. I remember playing, starting against Barnsley, my first game, up front. I never really played up front, but I was playing with, like, to me, then it was like massive players. I was only 15, I was young, and to be fair, I played the full 90 minutes, and I thought I did quite well, you know. There was a lot of first team players involved as well. There was like George Friend playing, there was Alfie Chang playing. So there's a couple players that looked after me that day, but ever since that, I've been, you know, with spoons, and I feel like this season, especially, I feel like I've really kicked on in the 21s, and I've started to become a big player.
To go from seeing him do it at under-11s to then seeing him do it under 21 level, that's when you go, right, okay, he's still able to do these things and get success, which is the most important thing.
I've been training like under John Eustace a couple of times here and there. Like I've been on the bench. My first time I was on the bench was, I think it was Forest Green Rovers in a cup. That was a surreal experience. Obviously I didn't manage to get on. I was just on the bench, but taking everything in, like that was crazy to me. Like there was like massive players in that change room that helped me, like Troy Deeney, and that made me feel welcome.
During his under-16 years, so last season, I think he was seen by senior members of the club playing in the under-16s games programme, and part of his training regime was then with the first team. And then I think that became more regular at the start of this season, going into his scholarship year. But I imagine his abilities of staying with the ball and exciting the game and bringing the game to life, he wouldn't have been fearful of going into that first team environment and doing that, and I imagine he did that as well.
Here we go. A moment that was anticipated, a special moment. 16-year-old Romelle Donovan giving his Blues debut.
Superb, and you know what a great moment for Romelle Donovan, very talented footballer.
To be fair, I had a couple of like times I was on the bench before that. But then, so when I heard like Romelle get warm again, I was thinking, no way I'm coming on here now. Like I was thinking it's just one of them moments again where they've told me to get warm and then I'm just gonna be sitting back on the bench. But then when he told me like, make sure your top's on and your GPS, I was kind of getting a bit nervous, a bit anxious. I was thinking, well, I'm actually gonna come on here. But then, as soon as I come on, it was like the person read out your name is like, welcome to pitch, Romelle Donovan, and everyone cheered. And in that moment, like my nerves just went out the window, and I thought, yeah, this is my time to shine. So, I want to thank the fans for giving me that warm welcome from the start.
Here is Donovan, turns and faces the whole back line and goes for goal. Gathered by Allsop, but receives warm applause for his first attempt in a Blues shirt in the senior team.
Over the moon. He's been waiting for this for a long time and he's worked hard for it. And it was absolutely brilliant, brilliant.
Debut is our currency. To then see him walk out of St Andrews, come on the pitch and not only do so, but be exciting. And you see the comments on social media from the fans after a game about Romelle's performance. And it's always nice to get that feedback from the most important people at the club, in my eyes, the fans. We're all unbelievably proud and we make a big deal of it because it's ultimately what we're here to do.
Obviously there's been interest from other clubs since young, but like Birmingham City to me has been like the place where I've been since young. They've looked after me, so I feel like it was only right for me to stay here, and they showed that they wanted me for giving me the early pro on my birthday. So I feel like it was only right for me to stay here at that time. And then after that, I just kicked on, played a few games, and yeah, I thought I did all right, but obviously there's still a lot to show.
Really good play from Donovan.
You feel if Blues are going to have a response, it's going to come through that 17-year-old bright spark.
But I felt like when I was back with the 21s, I just had a point to prove, you know, like I'm still young, so I shouldn't expect to be playing every single minute with the first team, you know what I mean? So I've still got a lot of development. So I thought when I'm back with the 21s, you know, I'll develop myself more. And when I get that call again, I'll be ready, you know, even better.
But knowing Romelle, I think he'd have seen that as he loves challenge. So an opportunity to, okay, well, let me show everybody. I take that I've been deemed that I need to play in the 21s and that's what's necessary for me. I think that would have spurred him on to show people that, you know, the platform that he wants to be playing on is at St Andrews in front of the fans with the first team, and that he's capable of doing that.
To be fair, I wasn't playing when I got that England call up. I thought my season was done because I went for surgery on my hand. But then when I got that England call up, it was like I couldn't turn it down. So I'm thankful to like the doctor here, Parrin, who got me back real quick after this surgery. Yeah, I got back in about 2 weeks, back on the pitch after surgery. And yeah, it all happened quick. But when I put on that England shirt for the first time against Northern Ireland, it was just like a proud moment.
Oh my goodness me, I didn't know what to do, laugh or cry, or I was jumping up and down, especially when he scored a goal. So that was brilliant, yeah, absolutely.
You're proud, aren't you? You're proud of anyone that supports these players, whether it's in a coaching capacity, whether it's Nan, Mom. I knew how much it meant to him around the 15s age group where he wanted to get a call up, and that didn't come at that point, and we had a conversation that it will come. It's just being consistent and continuing to do what he's so good at doing, and he's done that.
Yeah, so on my debut I scored for England, so that was crazy. Couldn't believe it, to be fair. I made an assist before, which gave me confidence, which like sort of relaxed me, got my nerves out the window, and then yeah, the ball just come to me in the box, and I've just like struck it, and it's hit off like a defender, and it's just gone in the corner. So I was proud, and yeah, it was such a surreal moment, to be fair.
It was always difficult for Romelle to sort of break into the international setup, and of course, like England's got an abundance of talent, particularly in them higher areas of the pitch where Romelle plays. I know how much it would have meant to him, and by all accounts, the feedback from England was extremely positive. Doesn't surprise me at all that he had 2 goal involvements in his first performance for England.
It makes me more motivated to go again, you know, but it's good to show at an international game, but the place where I want to show it is at my club, you know. So I feel like next season it'll be a big season for me to show what I'm about and show what I can do at a first team level. So,
well, if he keeps on going what he's doing now, I could say he could go to the top, but that's my opinion. I don't know anybody else's opinion, but no, I think it's pretty good, especially with his feet.
In terms of long term for him, the world's his oyster if he carries on applying himself in the way that he has up until now.
I wouldn't be the person and like the character that I am if it wasn't for this club. Like, it's a massive club, obviously. I'm a Birmingham boy as well, so that just means more. And yeah, I feel like I have a good connection with the fans. So I feel like, yeah, this club has a massive place in my heart, and all I can do is give everything on the pitch, show what I'm about, and just try and help this club as much as possible, really.